right, guys, that was deadlifts for today. Today I did deficit deadlifts. To start off with, that was on the plan. It's been on the plan, as always, as part of my rotation. I had to make some adjustments. I kept the front-loaded bands just like last week's. Last week was with 55 pounds of chain. This week was supposed to be with 55 pounds of band, roughly. So I got that roughly set up. My left knee has been hurting pretty bad since Wednesday. I'll admit it's hurt pretty bad. But my right knee has just felt like old and dry. And I've just felt kind of rough all over, to be honest. More than rough all over, to be honest. I felt really rough the last few days. So I know that going deficits, I know it runs a more of a risk on the joints, the knees, the back, even a little more bicep, lat, pec, things of that nature. More chance for things to kind of twist and kind of go awry. So instead of doing my standard 2 sets of 2, and my idea with 2 sets of 2 is basically 4 reps at or above a certain percent anyway. So I decided to go 4 singles. And I wanted to use, the goal was to use the same weights. 2 sets of 2 this week, as I did for 2 sets of 2 last week from a standard height. So instead of doing 2 sets of 2, which I think last week I ended up doing 3 sets of 2, I did singles all the way up to the weight that I needed to hit. And that knocked out everything that needed to be done. So finished off with a PR there for a solid single, and felt really, really good. Stayed in a good groove, and nothing ripped off or hurt really bad when I was done. Moved over to deadlifts from the floor after that. The number in my head is 200 kilograms. So 441 for 5. And that was the number that's been in my head, and only in my head, for the last 4 to 6 weeks thinking about this. Last week I pulled 386 for 5. The week before that, 265 for 5. And honestly, the 265 for 5 felt pretty rough. The 386 felt actually really solid and really easy. I did 286, 315 the week after that. 386 last week. It felt really good. So then I added weight on there, and I did 430 for 5 today. It felt really, really good, guys. Really, really good, really smooth. I'm definitely cautious on the first rep, because I know if something's going to go wrong, it's probably going to go wrong on that first rep. I'm not for sure how much more I want to push it, though. Watching the video already, it looked really, really easy. Everything looked solid, but you know, if I'm doing this for a contest, the difference between me doing 430 for 5 and even 500 for 5 is probably the exact same position. So this is for me. So really, in my mind, I wanted another 11 pounds to make 441. I mean, that's kind of my personal goal. So what am I willing to risk to do it? So I need to stick with my plan. So next week, all this week, I need to go fairly low volume and safe on squats. I need my hips, my knees, my back to feel better after I squat than it did before I squatted. That's really important. And next week's deadlift plan will be, what, 13, 15 inches? Something like that. I think it's 13 inches. It needs to be a fairly low volume, safe day. And today needs to be a very low volume, safe day as well. And then the week after that, I can come in and do what I need to do on the rack pulls, and then finish off and go for the 441 on the full pulls. Once I get that done, I need to be smart and not push my deadlifts for a while. I need to get back to just the complete building and the overall program to stick with my plan. So today I finished off the regular deadlifts with 1 set of demos here in the rack. Just for position, everything feels really, really good. The front-loaded bands are absolutely marvelous when it comes to the demo deadlifts, getting the back set right, the glutes, the hips, the hamstrings, the abs, getting in the right position to pull. It's not a deadlift, it's a deadlift builder, which means you have to know how to use it. I did not do the deadlift pulls. I'm resting. I'm gonna let it rest. I finished off with some bent over barbell shrugs as well. My upper middle back needs the work, and I'm shooting that video for some clients, so I'll keep it loaded in with this video as well. So I think instead of going outside and doing the heavy event that I'm supposed to do again, I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna rest, recover, get some fluids and some electrolytes in me, and then I'm gonna go outside and do my Viking press, which is about the safest press that I think I can do anyway for my knees and my back, which will also build my log press. Because Wednesday, I need a log press. We can go for a 3 again on Wednesday and see how that goes. Another video entry. So, hope you enjoyed it, guys. Hope you learned something. See you in the next one.